Shane van Gisbergen's NASCAR transformation has become one of the biggest and most unexpected stories of the 2026 Cup Series season. The New Zealand superstar entered NASCAR with a reputation as an unstoppable road course racer, but many believed his oval struggles would prevent him from becoming a true championship contender. Now, after another stunning performance at North Wilkesboro Speedway, SVG has forced the entire NASCAR community to rethink those predictions. At the Window World 450, Van Gisbergen delivered one of the most impressive performances of his young Cup career. Starting 8th, the Trackhouse Racing driver charged to the front, led 49 laps, maintained an average running position of 4th, and finished 5th. The result followed another strong 6th-place finish at EchoPark Speedway and continued a remarkable stretch where SVG has consistently outperformed expectations on tracks that were supposed to expose his weaknesses. The biggest shock is that Van Gisbergen is achieving these results while driving equipment that many believe is struggling compared to NASCAR's top organizations. At North Wilkesboro, his teammates Ross Chastain and Connor Zilisch finished 27th and 32nd respectively, while SVG carried the number 97 Chevrolet to a top 5 result. That performance immediately sparked debate among fans and analysts. Is Van Gisbergen simply adapting faster than everyone expected? Or has Trackhouse failed to maximize the potential of its other talented drivers? When SVG first arrived in NASCAR, many compared him to former open-wheel and road course stars who could dominate right turns but struggle on traditional ovals. The expectation was that he might become a playoff threat by collecting road course wins, but few imagined he would become competitive on short tracks and intermediate ovals so quickly. Instead, Van Gisbergen has proven that his race intelligence, car control, and ability to adapt are far beyond what many critics predicted. However, some skeptics argue that questions still remain. Critics point out that many of his best oval performances have come when qualifying sessions were affected by weather, allowing him to start near the front. They believe the next major test will be watching SVG fight through traffic after losing track position. To become a true NASCAR elite driver, they argue, he must prove he can dominate races even when circumstances are not in his favor. Despite those doubts, the numbers are impossible to ignore. Van Gisbergen currently sits 14th in Cup Series points with a strong 54-point cushion toward the playoffs, a position almost nobody expected before the season began. With 5 regular season races remaining, the former Supercars champion is no longer viewed as just a road course specialist. He is becoming one of NASCAR's most fascinating championship threats. The biggest question now is not whether SVG belongs in NASCAR's elite conversation. Kvapil's NASCAR journey has transformed from a story of disappointment into one of the most shocking comeback stories of the season. Just months ago, the young driver was informed that he would no longer compete full-time for JR Motorsports in 2026, a decision that left many fans questioning whether he could survive in NASCAR's highly competitive environment. But after a dramatic turnaround, Kvapil has silenced critics and suddenly become one of the biggest threats in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series championship battle. The controversy began when JR Motorsports decided to reduce Kvapil's role and prioritize Connor Zilisch in the number 1 Chevrolet. Zilisch's incredible rookie campaign, highlighted by 10 victories, appeared to prove that JRM had made the right choice. Meanwhile, Kvapil was forced into a complicated schedule, sharing cars and bouncing between different teams throughout the season. Many questioned whether he could ever match the success of his younger teammate. However, Kvapil delivered an unexpected response that shocked the NASCAR garage. Despite switching cars 16 times and competing for multiple teams during the season, he climbed to 2nd in the championship standings and finally earned his first career victory at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. The breakthrough win was not only emotional for Kvapil, but also a major statement to everyone who doubted his ability to compete at the highest level. The biggest debate surrounding Kvapil has been why he struggled to win in top equipment, while other drivers immediately found success. Critics pointed out that Zilisch won multiple races in the same JR Motorsports organization, while Justin Allgaier dominated the season with 6 victories. For a driver who had collected 5 runner-up finishes without a win, questions grew louder about whether Kvapil could truly become a race winner, or if he was simply benefiting from strong equipment. Now, that criticism has completely changed. Kvapil has produced one of the most consistent stretches of his young career, recording an impressive average finish of 7.45 over his recent races despite the chaos surrounding his schedule. His ability to adapt to different cars, teams, and setups has turned what looked like a disadvantage into a surprising strength. Many insiders now believe JR Motorsports may have made one of the smartest decisions of the year by bringing him back as a full-time driver. With the playoffs approaching, Carson Kvapil has gone from being a forgotten name to a serious championship contender. His Indianapolis victory proved that he can finally close the deal when given the opportunity, and his late-season momentum has created a new storyline in NASCAR. The driver who was once considered the future backup plan for JR Motorsports could now become the biggest threat to his own teammates and potentially deliver Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s organization another championship trophy. NASCAR appears ready to make another major change to its preseason clash, and the latest move has immediately triggered debate among fans and insiders. According to reports, the exhibition race could return to Daytona International Speedway's iconic oval after several years of experimenting with different venues. The potential decision has created excitement among traditional NASCAR supporters, but it has also raised questions about whether the sport is abandoning the idea of bringing major events to unique venues. The reported move comes as NASCAR adjusts its schedule around the new Super Bowl and Daytona 500 timing. With the Super Bowl shifting earlier, NASCAR is expected to move the clash to Saturday, February 13th, placing the event directly before the biggest football game of the year. The Daytona 500 would then follow on February 21st, restoring the feeling of a true Speed Week celebration at the historic Florida venue. However, NASCAR has yet to officially confirm the return. Many fans believe the clash belongs at Daytona, arguing that the track's history and atmosphere make it the perfect location for NASCAR's opening event. The race was held at Daytona from 1979 through 2021, before NASCAR moved it to the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum in an attempt to attract new audiences. After that 3-year experiment, the event moved to Bowman Gray Stadium in North Carolina, creating a nostalgic return to one of NASCAR's legendary short tracks. However, the possible Daytona return has created controversy because it could leave Bowman Gray's future in doubt. NASCAR invested heavily in improving the historic stadium and bringing national attention back to the venue, but critics fear the track could lose its spotlight after only one major national event. Some fans argue that NASCAR should continue supporting smaller historic venues instead of always returning to its biggest and most profitable locations. Supporters of the Daytona move, meanwhile, believe NASCAR is making a logical business decision. The harsh winter weather at Bowman Gray created problems during its first National Series event, forcing schedule adjustments and causing frustration among teams and fans. Daytona offers better infrastructure, warmer weather conditions, and a proven ability to create major moments before the official start of the Cup Series season. The biggest question now is whether NASCAR's return to Daytona represents a smart revival or another example of the sport changing direction too quickly. The clash has moved from a traditional Daytona event to a stadium spectacle and then back to a historic short track. If the Daytona return becomes official, fans will welcome the familiar atmosphere, but the debate over NASCAR's commitment to smaller venues like Bowman Gray is far from over.